Hi everybody. In today's episode, I figured I would be showing you guys something I've done. I was sketching this last night. Let me show you right now. So I was sketching this last night. I had no idea where I was going with this. I was just trying to figure out some line shapes. I was trying to practice some line drawing as well. And well, yeah, I came up with this bunch of sketches that I was quite proud of. I actually started with this one over here. Actually, this was the one I started with. Then I followed up with this one, and my goal was to fulfill the need to represent an idea that I had in my mind about a guy that is of a different kind of moonlight dreamer. If you guys are not familiar with my IP Hevenurion, there's a type of character that's called a dreamer, and dreamers have a particular set of skills. And then I created a different variation of this type of character, which are the moonlight dreamers, right? Well, this is like a temporary name. I would like to associate it to something else, but for now, that's the name they go for. And then I went on to Gravity Sketch, and I quickly posed this mannequin thing that they have, and it was really, really handy, really easy to pose. I quickly created this scene, which, by the way, I envisioned with a dialogue. And so I was constantly playing this in my head, but I just could not see I don't know, man. I couldn't see the specific shot. Like, what's the camera angle? What am I seeing on screen? So I thought, hey, let's try this. If it doesn't work, we try something else. And this is the something else. This is derived from what you've seen here. Okay. So what I did was to put it next to it and just use this one as a reference. And then I basically started sketching, and I have no video process of this. I have no different layers of the progress of this sketch, but yeah, I don't know. I was just using this to relax, to be honest. I was like just chilling. I remember I was talking to my friends over on Discord. I was just sketching. I wasn't even looking at references, to be honest. I tried to find something for the girl right here, but nothing worked for me, so I just allowed these lines to flow, basically, until I saw some shapes. So the way I would do this would be so let's make a new layer, and alright, I would just simply, make some shapes, lay down some lines, and see, for instance, right now I can already see this is like a head, and since there's the head, I can imagine like there's the body somehow. I'm not sure of the pose yet. I don't know what's gonna look like, but I just keep making like lines. Like, for instance, see this thing I just did here, like completely like brainless line. I didn't even think about it. This kind of establishes something like a cape or something, So I can go ahead and erase this anytime I want if I figure out some better option for it. But this is how I work sometimes, when I have no specifications, when I have no brief, no nothing. I'm just exploring my own ideas here, and I'm not sure if this is a female or a male character, or maybe it's a creature of some sort. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of what type of character this is. So I'm going to allow myself to discover it, right? And I love this technique because it's like So relaxing. You don't have to worry about anything. You know, you just go, you just flow with it. You don't have to worry about it. So yeah, maybe you know, it's holding the hand like this because it's like about to make like a magic spell or something. Maybe not. See? And I just erase it, and that's it. There's no problem with that. So this cape is pretty straight like this. It's like solid. Like so. And I like to think about the proportion of big, medium, small, and all the gray area in between those big those main blocks per se, you know. Like whenever you have something like this, you should not have the same kind of proportion. You should have some variation here and there. Like for instance, you can now have this, and now you can probably have a bunch more little ones here and there, you know, and then you can have like a big shape or something. This example was so silly and so stupid that I'm not gonna cut it out, but I'm just gonna leave it there. But you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? So the cape here is like a big volume. The head is probably where all the details are gonna be, and then we have some middle range type of details here and there. So see, these are the legs right there. We're just gonna depict this guy in like a pretty solid pose, like really stable. You see this triangle shape going on. And one thing I have to do is, well, this is something I figured out from watching other people paint and draw and do all this stuff. It's bound to this law of line weight, you know. So in Scott Robertson's book, I think there's even videos on YouTube. He talks about the importance of this, the importance of how a heavier line in front of some other thinner lines denotes certain importance, right? Or it can also show depth. So this line over here means that this form, this shape, whatever this is in front of whatever we have here in the background, right? By just doing this. Again, not the best example. You have to forgive me for that. But anyway, this was just like a quick example of how I started to create these, right? And then it's just a matter of polishing this, you know, the very same sketch. They call this like the first generation, right, of the sketch. Because normally you would do another layer. You would set this one to lower opacity. And now it's like you start to clean it up, you know, you add some detail, some cleaner lines. You start worrying about some deeper layers of details. You see? And this is how this would be. Now, instead of doing all of this, what I did was to simply paint on top of this one, you know, and maybe kind of erase the parts that I'm not sure of, or the parts that I don't want to show up as much, like in terms of the rough sketch. Just do this. You see? I'm using the pen pressure with the eraser tool, and I'm just erasing part of the it's more like transparent right now. So yeah, now I just keep going. And I like how those, you know, those other lines kind of still show up back there, but they're not that important because, you know, whatever I'm creating on top of it is way more important now. So I don't know, it's something I like personally. Anyway, this is how I created this, right? So I came up with this guy first. This guy was my representation of the original idea that I started this with, which was this, right? So I think we are actually going to continue this. I'm going to bring this guy into another type of, to the next step, right? So if you guys allow me, I'll try to search for something and show you. Alright, so this is what I meant. You see? This was done in the very same way. It's the same thing. There's the line sketch right there. And then I started to apply some other layers and paint on top of it. You know, some multiply, some overlay, some color, some normal. And there's a bunch of other blending modes you can try, but those are the ones that usually work for me, especially color dodge in this case, which is helpful for me to highlight certain things that I intend to be like glowing. You know, if I want to make them glow, I usually use that. So redundant, I'm sorry. But yeah, and overlay can acquire, I'm trying to sound so smart here. Overlay can provide you with this similar effect to color dodge, but it's a little more tricky because color dodge will make everything brighter no matter what. But overlay, you have to be careful, because if you use the brighter side of the color wheel, then everything will tend to be brighter, and depending on the intensity as well, like, look, oops. If you use this part, it's obviously going to be more saturated. If you use this part, less saturated, but still brighter. And if you do this, like, imagine we divide this in two, right? So the lower part of this square is going to make everything darker if you use overlay. What am I doing? This is not a technical class on how Photoshop works, but still, I just wanted to quickly go over it, because it's something I feel quite interesting to mention. So yeah, but this is just another illusion. You see, Moonlight Dreamer. These are the ones that I was talking about. Man, I find these characters so intriguing. Like, what the hell are they doing? I love those tattoos, and these guys are supposed to be like not correct, right? As the way they are regarded by the other guys, the regular dreamers, the original dreamers, you know, the proto dreamers. So yeah, let's say these guys renounced to certain things to embrace a darker path. However, that's also, I guess, subjective, I would say, because it's like they try to use evil against evil, right? So I find that pretty poetic and really, really cool. So anyway, this is what I was trying to explore here, and I'm not sure if all of these guys are that type of dreamer, but see, for instance, this guy over here, I thought about, hey, is this the I was gonna say the mentor, but yeah, okay, now that I've said it anyway. it's not like a spoiler or anything, but I was trying to visualize this wise, mysterious character, you know, could be this one as well. And then I came up with this, and I'm like, hey, that's kind of cute, you know, it looks like a bird. I initially intended this to be like an owl, and then I turned it into like a cat bird or something like that. It has these ears that resemble like a lynx. So yeah, I found the concept super interesting, and I'm not sure what this mask she uses this for. Maybe it's not a mask, maybe it's just part of the entire scarf thing or something, because you know, I love these touches of oriental style, you know, in the clothes. So I'm not sure what she does, you know. I don't know. I don't exactly know, but I can tell she has a this little beast, you know. She has a creature with her, and it seems like the creature is tied up on a leash or something. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's one of those characters that, you know, there's the human character, then there's the little beast, and then when the little beast is combined with the character, it turns into a bigger thing and stronger thing. But then the bigger guy is not available anymore, so she would not be active anymore as long as she is in this shape, which has to be combined. It's basically this guy turns big, right? And yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm just messing around here. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about these guys. Then we have like the cool guy right here. He's like this, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a cool dude. You know, I'm not sure what his powers or what his skills are. Then we have a clearly someone like higher, you know. You can see this camera that's slightly pointing like upwards from below him, which denotes like power, so he's like in a more powerful position. Also, he's exhibiting these details, that like these ornaments and everything. Like he's someone, right? But I really like the vibes of this guy. He's so mysterious, so cool. I want to explore these rings that he uses. Remember this thing I showed here? You see this thing that he carries in this hand? Well, in this case I got rid of the book, but I really like the robes and all this stuff that's hanging everywhere. Like all those, see all these necklaces and colors. Yeah, dude, I like this. So yeah, I'm gonna try keep exploring some more, and hopefully I can record the next time I do this, because it was really cool. I'm gonna say it took a few hours. I'm not sure how much, because I was not paying attention to the time. I was just on a weekend, you know, I was relaxed. I was just vibing with these sketches. I was really flowing with the creative process and everything. Like I was really into it, so I didn't really pay much attention to the time. But I really hope I can get to record it next time. So yeah, I would say this is pretty much what I have to say for now. Yeah, just remember to stay creative, to take care of yourselves, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, have a good one, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye guys.